My dear brothers and sisters, today is the feast of Christ the King. Today, Sunday, is a Sunday that makes the end of year B. As we know, as Catholic, we have 3 years that we always celebrate in our calendar. That is year A, B, and C. Today we are ending year B with the feast of Christ the King. Christ the King is the feast that is so great, and a feast that should always model us and try to put us in a serious reflection, especially we as leaders, for example, whether leaders of the church or maybe political leaders or leaders in any other places, starting even with the families, because the family is where everything starts. Today, I would like to share my reflection briefly with you on the feast of Christ the King. It is a feast that has really moved me, and I took this chance at least to share with me what I really see in this feast and what is really the message of the feast. The message of this feast is a message that is so clear and explicit that we as human beings have our own kingdoms, in a sense that we know some ancient kingdoms and the emperors. We heard of Roman empire. We also know the Greek empire. We have of Babylonian kingdom. We have heard also of other kingdoms, and up to today we had also Sholo kingdom. Maybe in Africa we have the Kush kingdom. There is Meroe and the rest. All these kingdoms were being ruled by some personnel, by some people, but all these people did not do what Christ did. And all the kings have really practiced vices. And in leadership or in kingship, or being a king, there are 2 things that we should put into consideration. Either you become a virtuous king, or you become a vicious king. That means that you should have one of the categories, either the virtues or the vices. Now, doing good makes you a virtuous king, and doing bad, you become a bad king. We are people living in our different regions, different places, and different beliefs. We have our leaders. I just want to make my reflection on the South Sudan as a country. South Sudan is being led by leaders. But when we want to reflect critically on this and what the kingship or what the leadership means, we may see that there are things that are not going in place. If we ask ourselves questions, are our leaders really doing what Christ expects of them, or Christ expects of us to serve our brothers and sisters? I may say yes or no. They may be doing right and sometimes doing wrong. But it is always right. It is always good for us to choose what is good, and at least to serve our brothers and sisters in the spirit of brotherhood and sisterhood. We see South Sudanese people, they are suffering. There is a lot of corruption, injustice. There is also intimidation always. There is no freedom. There is no freedom of expression, freedom of speech. People are not allowed to talk, to express what is in their heart, at least to make this country becomes a good place for us. But the kingdom of Jesus Christ was a kingdom full of love, mercy, peace, and compassion. This is what we should imitate, And this is what we should be praying for, that Jesus open our heart, take away the stone heart, and give us the good heart that will enable us to see your work always in us and to serve our brothers and our sisters in that spirit in which you come to this world and accept death, even death on a cross. Jesus Christ, Son of the living God, has come and has died for our sins. Can we not also sacrifice ourselves in serving our brothers and sisters justly, honestly, fairly? But sometimes we are weak. But when we accept our weaknesses and come back to Christ, He accepts us and He says that I forgive you, do better next time. So, my dear brothers and sisters, let us not forget that we have a task, and this task is put in our hands to serve our brothers, to serve our sisters. But we should know that we should do always good. We should accept what we don't know as what we don't know, and what we know as we know, and always seek the advices and always seek prayers, so that Jesus will always help us on how we should rule. Solomon asked the wisdom so that he can be able to rule the people of Israel. May our leaders change. May all who have one responsibility or other have the heart of Christ, who is the King of the universe and whom we celebrate his feast today, and that we see the world is changing and we see the transformation in one way or the other, and we live in peace, love, and harmony. Happy feast to all of you, and may the good Lord bless you, and may his peace remain with you. Thank you very much, and God bless you.